This Sunday, Wembley. Of course, it's the Carabao Cup final, and Liverpool fans will be hoping to some degree that after licking their wounds and going out of the Champions League on that penalty shootout at the hands of PSG, that they can turn the mood around somewhat and win the Carabao Cup against Newcastle United. Newcastle United fans are going to come down to London in their thousands, and they are ready for this. Newcastle, bear in mind, have not won a domestic trophy since 1955. They want to put that right on Sunday. But Simon, it's our understanding that these same Newcastle fans heading back to the northeast by train after the final will be banned from drinking alcohol. British Transport Police made a request to operate the LNER, London North Eastern Railway trains, alcohol-free. So fans will also not be allowed to take their own alcohol onto the trains with the police and security teams at King's Cross during the boarding periods. Now, trains heading to Liverpool from London Euston after the match have so far not been hit with any alcohol ban. Now,
well, that must be coming.
I thought the same this morning. But until it does, I'm thinking, well, hang on. Not that I'm in any way bothered about this being nowadays a non-drinker. It's up to them. But unless it goes to extra time, the final will finish at around 6:30 and fans will use a succession of services to Newcastle, Leeds or York between 7:30 and 10:35. At the moment, Newcastle fans heading back cannot drink booze as they do so. Liverpool fans heading back from Euston can.
Well, I can't imagine that's going to stay that way, because that can't be right. Look, I mean, for me, debating about whether people can drink or not drink is kind of not really a territory that I feel any emotional investment either which way. But by the same token, first of all, you've got to have an even-handed approach. You can't not have an even-handed approach. I'd like to know the intelligence that suggests that you might not have to. If they don't operate the same way with Liverpool, I'd really like to know how the police have come to that decision, because I think it's fundamentally wrong. It's two-tier justice, and we don't want any of that, do we? Now, on the other side of it, there is a balance between... I mean, Newcastle fans travel around the country in their numbers, and from what I can see... they are a credit to their football club. They are a remarkable, phenomenal group of fans that go into football stadiums and take them over for the best reasons in terms of the energy and atmosphere and the absolute vitality they provide behind their football club. And most football clubs would watch Newcastle's away fans with a degree of envy because they're so remarkable. I don't know whether there's statistics behind that tell you that there's more trouble with Newcastle fans travelling. I don't imagine that there is, because Bill would be pretty pleased to tell us how they need to have more policing, because football fans are running riot, and here's some examples of it. So I'm very curious to see why or maybe they think the Liverpool fans, maybe the the forward-thinking soothsayers that the police are, maybe they know that Liverpool fans are so used to having success that they can behave themselves on the way back, but Newcastle fans who are so starved of success are going to drink themselves to Palookaville on the way back to Newcastle.
I've got to say there's an element of me thinking you've hit the nail on the head there, because they haven't won a domestic trophy since 1955, Newcastle. I'm not saying that any of them are of a mind to cause any disturbance.
You can't make policy decisions based upon if and
by God will they celebrate. And so they damn well should.
So will Liverpool fans. Liverpool fans will celebrate. Football fans celebrate. I mean, when Liverpool win games that you'd expect them to win, their fans don't sit there in silence, do they? When Liverpool beat a minnow in a cup competition, you don't see the Liverpool fans going, well, we expected that, so we ain't clapping. No. Right? Of course you don't. Right. So the bottom line is football fans are full of vim and vigour about their team successes. So if they are, they can't be. I mean, we're kicking it around for the point of a conversation. It can't be that what's-his-face, Mark Roberts, is a big fan of mine, sitting in his office, wondering how he can get full recovery, and then thinking about stopping Newcastle fans from drinking on the train as his latest brainchild.
We'll find out. I mean, it still strikes us as odd this morning that this is the current state of play. We'll go on to British Transport Police and try and get an update on it, because now that we have made this, this available to everybody in the public domain, we'll see if this changes to any large degree.
Let's dig into the deep under the bonnet of
open a can of whoop-ass on it. Here's the thing, Simon. There is should Newcastle win, there's no plan for an immediate open-top bus parade next week due to the international break. Should there be? When you consider, I was born in 1957, I'm 67. They haven't won a domestic trophy since '55. If they were to have an open-top bus parade for winning the Carabao Cup, the League Cup, should they be given the thumbs up? Go on, you're quite damn right. Or is it a bit small fry to celebrate to that extent? I say get the bus started, get out there.
Listen, if the fans, I mean, look, they've got this unique group of fans that will celebrate with them. Yeah. So why not? I mean, they've obviously got a season to continue with, and open top bus celebrations more often than not tend to be at the end of a season, because the season's finished and you're celebrating the FA Cup final win or the Premier League win, your races run to some extent. I'm not averse for it. I mean, I remember when we got promoted and won the playoffs, Dowie unilaterally decided we weren't doing anything because he was going on holiday. So I didn't get a choice as to whether we were having an open top bus, for getting promoted to the Premier League, because Magoo had gone on somewhere else. My natural instinct would have been probably no, because I bought a football club to get promoted, not for us not to. So I would have felt that we've not arrived at our destination. Our destination is to be successful in the Premier League. But on the other side of it, if my marketing department had said to me, look, really, you should be doing this. It's like the event after the playoff final, without making this about us. We didn't choose to have a party until the final whistle. I'd put the hotel on notice at the Vale of Glamorgan, but we didn't want to book anything because we felt it was kind of kiboshing it. Do I think Newcastle should celebrate? Yeah. Do I think that they deserve to celebrate if they win the League Cup, if they beat Liverpool in the final? Absolutely. And do I think that people would ridicule it and take the mickey out of it? Yeah, they would. They'd go, what are you doing, celebrating the League Cup?
Exactly.
So what? They're not Newcastle fans. Who cares what they think? I would imagine that if you won the League Cup, Newcastle fans would be out in droves celebrating their team and cheering them along the pathway of wherever the bus goes to.
Absolutely right. And I totally agree with that. Newcastle fans listening to this, I think if you do it on Sunday, and you've every opportunity to do it, let's face it, it's a one-off final, then you would wish to celebrate with an open-top bus parade, would you not?
Starting from the Stadium of Light.
Starting from the Stadium of Light.
On AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.